This is the film book of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, Part 1. Gandalf the Grey. Wisest among wizards of Middle-earth knew well the history of the One Ring. Long ago, the great rings of power were forged by elven smiths. 9 of them were given to mortal men, 7 to dwarf lords, and 3 to the tall elf kings. Word of these rings came to the Dark Lord, the terrible Sauron, and deep in the fiery depths of Mount Urudurun, in the land of Mordor, he made the One Ring, which would rule the others. Through the power of this One Ring, the Dark Lord could become master of Middle-earth. Before he completed his conquest, men and elves attacked his stronghold in Mordor. A young prince of men, Isildur by name, faced the Dark Lord in single combat. He slashed the hand whose finger wore the One Ring, so the finger was hewn off, and the ring fell into the hands of Isildur himself. With the loss of the ring, the power of Sauron, the Dark Lord, fell away almost to nothing. Yet it was ordained that while the One Ring remained in existence, Sauron's spirit would live on. Isildur soon fell upon evil fortune. He and his men were ambushed near the great river Anduin by a band of orcs, fell creatures of Sauron. To save himself, he... This book is a bit finicky. Gandalf, the book is a bit finicky. Is it not? Yes, it is. He slipped the ring off of... Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Alright. He slipped the ring onto his finger so that it became invisible, such being a power that the ring conferred on its wearer. Still invisible, Isildur plunged into the waters of the Anduin, but the orcs, what did he do? They saw the splash and shot the arrows through the water's surface so that Isildur was struck and killed, and the ring slipped from his finger and dropped to the bed of the great river. There it lay for century upon century. Meanwhile, the Dark Lord slowly rebuilt his power. He captured the 9 rings of men, and of those owners he made ring wraiths, dreaded shadow shapes, like Black Riders. Then he sent out from Mordor to roam Middle-earth, searching for the One Ring, for if he regained it, his power would become supreme. One day, a small person named Deagle was fishing in a great river when his line was caught by a fish so huge that it pulled him down through the water, and there he found a golden ring. Bringing it to the surface, he admired it, but when his cousin Smeagol saw it, he begged to be given it. "Because it's my birthday, and I want it." And when Deagle would not give it up, Smeagol killed him and took it. Smeagol soon became utterly corrupt. He crept away from his people into dark caves at the roots of the misty mountains, where he sat gloating over the ring. His shape grew foul and his old name was forgotten. Those who were aware of him knew him only by a goblin noise made his throat. Long years later, he was found by a hobbit. Hobbits are small creatures with fur upon their feet, and though they rarely travelled far from their shire, this hobbit, whose name was Bilbo Baggins, was on a quest for treasures with a party of dwarves, a party of which I, Gandalf, was the guide. Beneath the misty mountains, Bilbo Baggins found Gollum, and the ring found Bilbo. It slipped from Gollum's finger, and Bilbo took it, although altogether fairly at the game of riddles with Gollum. By using the ring to make himself invisible, Bilbo escaped from Gollum. Returning home to the Shire, he kept the ring, though he wished it to be a secret. Bilbo Baggins of Bag End, Hobbiton, was celebrating his birthday with a huge party. All the local families of hobbits were present. The Tooks, the Brandybooks, the Grubs, Chubs, Breeze Girdles, Good Bodies, Bogles, and Proudfoot, or as they prefer to be known, Proud Feet. There was immense quantity of food and drink, the most marvelous fireworks, which had been supplied by Bilbo's old friend, the wizard Gandalf. Bilbo was 111, a great age even by Hobbit standards, and he was not considered to be entirely respectable. It was many years since he returned rich from his strange evangelical party of dwarves.
His neighbors were suspicious of his old ways. Nevertheless, they gladly accepted his invitation to party and were even prepared to listen to his speech. Bilbo stood in the chair. "My dear people," he began, "today is my 111th birthday. I'm 11 today." "Hooray, hooray, many happy returns," the hobbits all wrote. "I don't know half as well as you like," should continue Bilbo, "and I like less than half of you as well as you deserve." This puzzled them, and they tried to work it out as a compliment. Bilbo went on. "Though 111 years is far too short a time to live in most admirable hobbits, I regret to announce the end. I am going now. Goodbye." At this, there was a blinding flash of light and a puff of smoke. The guest stared in amazement, but Bilbo had vanished. Oh, yes, he did.